GangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
You know, as at least that card still kept up the momentum to go into next Saturday, which of course is Vasiliy Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez for what's virtually is undisputed. Never mind all this WBC shit that's going on right now. To go into that is its own topic, and quite frankly, it's kind of bullshit. But you know, I mean, pretty much the winner of this fight rules the division virtually. Like, you know, there's no ifs about it.
Yeah.
And Devin Haney, yes.
We acknowledge Devin Haney as the number one contender, but make no mistake, the guy who wins this fight rules the division.
Yeah. You know, they're like, you know, and Devin Haney, like, you know, he after he finishes bullshitting around, yes, you know, and when this fight comes around with Gamboa in about 3 weeks or so, I'm gonna rip into this like I did with Tank and Gamboa. But once he finishes bullshitting in this fight, and you know, hopefully nothing freakish happens and he loses his belt.
Shit, to be honest, Ryan Garcia versus Campbell is a better matchup as far as the winner being the guy who really, you know, who's a top contender.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, like the winner of that, I mean, it has some sort of other WBC crazy ass belt that's on the line. So I mean, the winner of that fight should be facing Haney next. That should be the fight. If Garcia beats Campbell, then you make Haney Garcia, and then the winner of that, you know, goes.
Yeah, I think that should determine the number one contender.
Yeah,
basically make it a round
challenger for winner. Yeah,
I mean, none of this
one guy.
Yeah, I mean, none of this would have happened if fucking Lomachenko didn't accept the franchise belt, but that's a whole other story altogether.
Yeah, like I said, that's a whole other topic altogether. It's much, especially there's a whole.
Let's not. I don't want to get into ECW fucking belts. So let's stick to the real belts.
Stop belt.
Yeah. So, but you know, this fight. Like I said, one for her right now that you see a big fight like this buzzing. First of all, it's not on pay-per-view. It's a regular ESPN, which is what every boxing fan was like, you know, let out a fuck cheer like, yes! You know what I'm saying?
Finally.
So it's like,
but for the people in the back, we gonna see it again.
Honestly, I was more like, okay, it shouldn't be fucking pay-per-view. Just like when like I got a lot of likes on Twitter because they were like somebody like posted like from top, the Crawford fight and the Burchell fight coming up are going to be on regular ESPN. I'm like, yeah, as they should be. I'm not gonna give you no extra cookie for fucking doing something you should be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
that's what be killing.
And the fact that this is one of the few things. This is one of the few things of football that actually benefited LB, because ESPN at the time didn't know what it was going to do, because it didn't know if they were going to air college football. So they actually voluntarily put the money behind it to make this card possible to be on regular ESPN. So it's one of the few times that football has actually benefited LB's boxing watching. Because without it, this would have gone to pay-per-view. There's no question about that.
Yeah, because of the pandemic. But the pandemic and no football basically opened up ESPN's wallet.
Yeah.
And gave Teofimo the money he wanted. So everybody's happy.
Exactly.
Yep. Because they were trying to fuck him over when he the damn reason the fight would even be pay-per-view.
Right.
So
because if Loma was that dude like that, the Campbell fight would have been pay-per-view.
So let me ask y'all, because I haven't seen either of them yet, so I'm gonna watch them probably tonight. Have y'all checked out the things that they've been doing, the ESPN things, that Blood, Sweat, Tears things that they've been previewing?
Yeah, I saw. I think the second one. Yeah, part one.
How were they? Like, because I've been hearing mixed reviews for like of how like the perception of both fighters come off. Like a lot of people have been texting me, telling me like Loma comes off like a douchebag in that fucking shit. Like,
I mean, here's the thing about Lomachenko.
Pat go first.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about Lomachenko. I mean, everyone knows English is not his first language. I mean, and he's picked up English actually pretty well, you know, over the last couple of years, because he wasn't speaking that shit at all when he came onto the scene. So I mean, I have a feeling like sometimes like the language barrier can like hide what someone perceives Lomachenko to be. Like I didn't get the arrogant. I didn't get what you were talking about, P. I mean, I just thought that dude is just very confident about himself, and he doesn't do all that extra talking shit. That's basically what I got from it. And Teofimo and his pops were just like we're going all types of shit about that, And
now I could see him as being arrogant, but I haven't checked it out to actually see for myself. But from what I've heard, when I hear Lomachenko speak, I can sense that he has a bit of arrogance in it. And the language barrier might hide it. Like the language barrier doesn't fucking hide shit from me. Just like that's why I said the other day, like the language barrier might make people think that somebody like Golovkin is this nice guy with this super happy, smiling. Oh, like Max, this is boxing, but you're not hiding me. That shit.
Yeah, but Golovkin, he's like one of those silent killers. Like he's not. I think he has like a cheerful deposition. Like his vibe is like a neutral, like respectful type of deposition. But yeah, you're right. I don't think he's like some too humble, nice guy. Like he's a competitive guy, and honestly, I think Golovkin is a little meaner now after the whole Canelo. Like he's more.
That's what made me realize, because I watched, like I read an interview, and it was like in Kazakhstan, it was being translated. He basically was calling Canelo a bitch and everything else. I'm like, damn, like, see, this, I told you this shit is not fucking that. Hello, yeah, that shit is a front. Like he's really like his demeanor is not like
it's
that.
a front like that. Like, of course, someone's gonna be speaking more naturally in their settings. Like that's like when you compare us. Like when me and Pat are on Lukey's show, and then we come back to ring, we got a vibe over there, but when we come back to Ring Gang, it's like, okay, uncut. Even though we giving you uncut somewhere else, here it's like uncut, fuck it. We ain't stomping on this bitch here. Boom.
Facts.
But as far as the production values in the show itself, I think ESPN got themselves something. The first show was well put together, well produced. I like the fact that it focused on them in the training element. First of all,
yeah, definitely.
That's what a lot of times what people want to see, unless they're doing something that's crazy out of the ordinary, But if you're gonna do the whole routine where I go back to my neighborhood or I do some bullshit charity for these kids, or I'm showing you my car collection and how rich I am. If you're gonna go that whole routine, then yeah, no one gives a fuck. It's gonna be boring. But ESPN, honestly, this was like the best preview shit I've seen. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the Charlos one that was done the other day, but I think the Charlos made that better than what the actual show was, because the Charlos are just interesting on their own, and they had good fights, but a lot of the other programming,
and that's one of the things I said,
like
I feel like I miss the HBO 24/7 shit. Like,
I think we all do, because like I said, because that pretty much was
do,
like.
But remember, it got stale. Like they kept trying to redo the same formula for everybody, and it wasn't hitting. Like Chris Algieri. Saw the Canelo shit they tried to do for Canelo and Jacobs, and we've seen other little shows that Showtime does. It's like Floyd really ruined these niggas in that aspect. They thought that everybody's gotta be presented that way.
The Showtime All Access shit wasn't as good as the HBO 24/7. That was a fake copy of it. Like the 24/7s were raw.
Well, the funny thing is too, they got it right for the Super 6 Showtime. The Super 6 behind the scenes shit was excellent. That shit rivaled the 24/7 shit.
It did. That shit was definitely dope. And like I said, the Charlos one was good, but the ESPN one, I think it really gave you that whole gritty, like it hyped you up for the fight even more. Like it took you, it didn't get into the whole family aspect. You really got to sit there with the fighters and the training and see how they thought about each other. Like I thought that was dope. Like that's the way to do it if you're gonna do these shits. I think it took ESPN to get in the mix to really show niggas how to do this shit.
Well, I mean, they should. They have the budget for this shit.
Right.
Yeah, shit, Showtime had a budget, and these niggas was running the whole watered down 24/7 angle, and even HBO 24/7 was getting stale at a point. So
Yeah, because we have to do a 24/7 on Chris Jerry, and the most exciting thing is that this nigga puts avocado on toast and lives in his parents' basement. We pretty much jumped the goddamn shark. You know what I mean?
that was the like unfortunate time and era of Showtime basically just trying to copy everything everything HBO did and fucking take it for themselves.
yeah, but what that was a HBO fight.
That was an HBO fight. That wasn't Showtime.
No, sorry, but back in but then I'm saying afterwards when Showtime did it, it got worse.
Yeah, because
even though they still did the Super 6 good, like it just every fight wasn't like if you remember the Jermaine Taylor Winky Wright, that was a good one.
Yeah,
it was just like one episode.
Yeah, because let's give people like a background of this shit. But yeah, I mean,
it was clowning Taylor at the damn what was that, the barbershop? They tell me he kept having his hand down. You're like, man, get your hand out your pocket, boy. So it's like, you know, it's like it came to a point where a lot of these shows were getting hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like ESPN kind of brought it back, and they did a good job hyping this shit up. I ain't see part 2 yet, but I really want to see part 2. Is it on the
I think it should be on you. I think it's on YouTube now.
It's on YouTube now. Okay.
Yeah, I'll check it out tonight.
Watch that later. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out before I go to sleep just to make sure. Cause it's an easy watch, I'm sure.
Yeah, and as far as Lomachenko, like both guys are arrogant, but if you're at this level and you believe in what you could do, then you're gonna sound arrogant to somebody. I don't get this whole
absolutely
dick type of vibe that people Lomachenko had. Like maybe a little bit, but
I think it was more like what Pat said with the language barrier that people didn't get. Like people didn't realize like how he is. Like everybody thinks off rip that Lopez is arrogant and is cocky. Like I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
So that's if anything, it just kind of reaffirms what people think about Lopez. But with Loma, it seemed to take people by shock. Mm-hmm. So that's why I asked.
Because it almost feels like he's being dismissive of Lopez. That's what it sounds like. Like I think some people didn't really get that aspect of it. Like, and then the whole lucky punch shit.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that's the only thing that I remember hearing, and I'm like, did he really say that? Because like,
yeah, he did. See, that's the thing. When you take the whole he's a little arrogant, then you could say, then you add he's being dismissive of Lopez. And then the third one, and once you put the cherry on top, which is the whole lucky punch, I guess you can see how some people are saying like, yo, this guy's a dick. Like, who the fuck? Like, that punch don't look lucky to me. Like, you had like there was like these niggas were trading and one guy just got dropped. Like, no, the dude slipped he moved out of the way and his punch hit first. Like, just fucking luck about it.
But I mean, to be fair, with Lomachenko, with the dismissive thing is Lomachenko's always been kind of like dismissive. Like he just doesn't he gives off the demeanor of he doesn't really care. It's nothing to him. Like whoever's in front of him is nothing.
How good he cares Saturday.
I know, right?
And he was dismissive of Pacquiao too, as far as a potential big fight between those two, and he probably glad after he seen the Thurman fight that he was like, damn, he knocking down a fucking welterweight. Now I'm good.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what happened was that Lopez fight emerged.
Mm-hmm.
And you had more people. You had people more confident Lomachenko would beat Pacquiao than you have him beating Lopez. So imagine that.
Which is kind of back-asswards.
It was like I couldn't believe there were so many people Lomachenko would beat Pacquiao.
Yeah, that was always foolish to me to think that.
Because they was looking at it like he could out Pacquiao because of the footwork. I'm like, yeah, but footwork ain't the only thing that win a fight, nigga. Like we seen how good footwork helped Villa.
Yep.
Like, and yeah, so, it helped, but I mean, it damn sure ain't help him win.
with Lopez, from what other people from what I've heard, because other people have been texting me about it. I've gotten casuals, into this fight. Like I've been hyping up this fight. So from what they've texted me, like they've told me like, yo P, like from what I'm seeing, like and what I'm hearing from Lopez, like some people thought he was basically just trying to cash out, like it was for like a money thing that he knew he wasn't gonna win. But people like texting me like, no, I really believe that he believes that he can win this fight. Because I don't know why people thought that he didn't think that he could win this fight. That was always a stupid thought process to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, he's just because, but that was reinforced, unfortunately, with when he wanted more money. Then people were like, see, he knows he can't beat Lomachenko. He just wants more money, yada yada. I'm just like, oh, so somebody wants to get paid what they're worth for a fucking fight. But you know what I'm saying? So
remember, if you fighting the top 3, top 5 pound for pound, like you're not just fighting another champion. This is not a regular unification fight, people. Let's just throw that back out there.
Yeah, like this fight, like I mean, lightweight has not been unified in quite a while. If I'm not mistaken, the late great.
It's been a while.
Yeah, the late great Pernell Whitaker is probably the last undisputed lightweight champion, and that was 30 years ago.
Which is funny because I just saw a tweet like an hour ago saying, I've been watching somebody on Twitter was like, I've been watching boxing since Pernell Whitaker around, and never since then has there been a lightweight fight this hyped up. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, those are some strong words to say.
I mean,
I don't know about that. Like,
yeah, I mean,
Corrales Castillo is damn sure hyped up.
Yeah, like there's definitely been 135 fights that have been hyped up. Like,
well,
yeah.
Hold on. I mean, I remember the fight live, but I was young, so I don't remember the build up. Was it really built up like that hype, or was it retroactively because of how good the fight was?
No, it was built up hype when it was first made. People were like, "Yo, that could be fight of the year."
I mean, pretty much. Corrales Castillo was 135, and that fight gets all the attention in the world, even in replays. Like, I mean, lightweight has produced.
But leading up to it, it was still a big fight. Like shit, Corrales Freitas was looked at as a good big fight too.
Or Corrales Casamayor, that's another one.
Yeah, Corrales Casamayor. I remember all 3 fights were looked at. The only fight, I think the third one wasn't looked at as big as the first 2. But the third one still ended up being good, like especially after the first 4 rounds. But yeah, you've had some. That's a big statement to say since Pernell Whitaker. Wow. Like,
yeah, Pernell Whitaker is the last undisputed lightweight champion. That was 30 years ago.
yeah, but it's been definitely big lightweight fights, since him. Like,
yeah. Well, that's why I asked, because I've been watching boxing for a long time, but it's not until like I started like my team. Like 15, 16, 17 that I really started watching like the build up and stuff like that. Before then I wasn't paying attention to the build up. So I didn't know how big those fights were.
It was just random select mode. Like, oh shit, boxing's on tonight.
No. I knew that the fights that were coming on, but I didn't watch I didn't pay attention. I didn't understand like the build up and like how the hype going into it. I didn't.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I mean, lightweight, but yeah, just the fact that we're gonna get like someone who was virtually undisputed in 2020 at lightweight after all this time is incredible. And like I said, and pretty much the winner of this fight most likely we'll get the shot pound for pound. Like if Lomachenko wins, he probably goes up maybe a couple. And then
he might be number 1 if he wins to me. Like right now, I feel like Monster's number 1. But if
Lomachenko's still number 1. Lomachenko's still number 1 to me as right now as it is. So that would just cement him more as number 1 for me.
Yeah,
I can see him being number 1, but it's like I feel like
Monster, but Monster's right there.
Is over Campbell.
I have Monster like number 2, but it's a close number 2 if Lomachenko beats Lopez, then it furthers the gap a little bit for me.
Yeah, definitely. Like to me, it's like if Lomachenko wins, and this also depends on how he wins too. If he wins clean and clear, or he wins by knockout, he's definitely number 1. And then it's like I feel like I don't know if he stays up there because it's like I can't just rearrange the list until the year is over because
right.
Monster's fighting Jason Maloney.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And that's no fucking pushover fight either.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
Maloney doesn't have the hype of Lopez, but shit, if Monster knocks him out in the second round, I think he deserves to be number one as well. Like,
Yeah, no,
that's a hard
Maloney can fight. So if he dispatches of him like Monster does, then yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because I think pretty much now we're trying to. I think it's setting up to at least we're trying to get a bantamweight unification for maybe 2021. A serious one. Like, I mean, unfortunately, I wish Top Rank had, and one of the biggest mistakes. I wish they had gotten the Casemiro fight for Monster. For the 3 belts, and then then maybe we'll get either fight Donaire or the French cat that holds the belt. For 2021, and that shit would have been on point. Because like I said, bantamweight, there hasn't been an undisputed champion in about 40 years. Or, excuse me, 50 years.
Yeah, boxing trying to clean itself up now, like unification.
Yeah, so we definitely, but Lopez. I mean, for Lopez, I don't think Lopez is pound for pound right now, but he would be pound for pound.
No, if he
wins, he's definitely
pound for pound. Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah,
because you're looking at if you put together the Comey KO, and if he KOs Lomachenko, he's around number 5 or number 6 or 7 pound for pound.
Although people are disagreeing with that, I don't understand why Lopez wouldn't be top 10 pound for pound if he beats Lomachenko.
He could put him at number 10 if he wanted. Shit, like he still deserves.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't knock out 2 champions at fucking in your division and not be pound for pound.
Unfortunately, some people disagree, and I had an argument about that, not too long ago. It's just like, how can you not put him top 10 if he beats a top 5 pound for pound person? And then the response was, basically they're trying to make it seem like it's going to be lucky if he beats Loma. The response I got was literally, and I quote, well, was Buster Douglas top 10 pound for pound when he beat Tyson? Was Tarver top 10 pound for pound when he beats Roy? And I'm just like, oh Lord.
Because see, the thing is, they're not looking at the lead up to the fight. Like, if you give him the Comey victory, that KO, and then he dominates Lomachenko, that's too solid. That you're talking about beating a champion and beating somebody else who's a pound for pound and a 3 belt champion or 2 belt, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's definitely pound for pound. Like, come on, that sounds like some hating or bias. Like,
it's ridiculous, man. It's like and things. Lomachenko. Lomachenko. It's funny thing too. There's already agenda against Lomachenko, at least for most people, because they think Top Rank is hyping up to me. Personally, I don't like Lomachenko like that, but it's not because of his race or anything like that. Some of the other next shit that I keep on hearing. But it's like Top Rank,
like such as break it down.
No, for me, like I was never a believer in his style of fighting. Like that whole bouncing around shit, never, that shit wasn't for me. And this was from jump. Like I wasn't really impressed by it, And then even
I feel like he settled down more, late. I get what you're saying. Like, I think he became a little more violent as a fighter. But I do feel you were the early jumping around, extra moving shit.
Right, and then but I think now most people are selling on Lomachenko because Top Rank is like doing some crazy shit. Like I'll never forget that blurb where they had this nigga at 14-0-1, and the 1 is in the draw column. Like, dog, like really, like you're really gonna pull that shit. Like that's the one thing I can't stand. Is like they try to act like that Salido loss does not exist.
Just tell the truth, man.
Yeah. It's like, it's touch of it. It exists, and if that's like one negative that I keep on finding about that part 1, the shoulder programming, is like Lomachenko, they act like it doesn't exist, and then Lopez like, I got the blueprint for him. Like, I was like, he's already been beaten. Like that's probably just my only minor pet peeve about everything about that.
Yeah. It's like Lopez had to remind everybody again, like, which I appreciate, because Lomachenko, he's boxing personified right now. He's dope. Like he has a full game, like, but he's not unbeatable.
Yeah, and like
He's not untouchable. He's had some hard fights recently. The Campbell fight was hard, even though he won that clear. That he took some bombs in that fight, and he had to really dig deep to win that shit. And the Salido fight, come on, he lost that shit. So the man's been hit before. Like the Jorge Linares fight was hard for him.
Probably his hardest fight. I mean, Linares almost came close to beating him. So it's like,
yeah, dropped him. So
Yeah. So
Campbell was a guy that was just the physicality of Campbell, the quick hands, the power. Like, and Campbell, was putting it on him at certain times, but Loma just had this clutch gene where he would push Campbell back and hurt him or get his respect, and then Campbell really couldn't do nothing else sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that fight showed me Lomachenko got dog in him, but it showed me that, hey, if he fights another big, strong guy who could really punch and he's more athletic, then yeah, like Lomachenko could very well lose. Like, Campbell's durable, but he's not no Margarito durable.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty much like everyone's like who's intangible is going to win out on this fight, whether it's going to be Lopez intangible or Lomachenko is intangible. We could probably give our who we think are going to win. P, let me start with you, man. So how do you think this fight is going to go?
I still favor Lomachenko, but I give Teofimo a real chance. But I just feel like Lomachenko's experience, his boxing, I think he's going to take away Lopez's right hand, which is his most dangerous tool, and I think he's going to outbox him. I think if Lopez beats him, I think he gets him out of there a little earlier. The longer the fight goes, the more I favor Lomachenko. But it's going to be a tough fight. He's going to get. I think he's going to get hurt at least once or twice. So, but I think overall you're going to see Lomachenko the win.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think that's how I feel as well. I mean, I do
by decision. Like, what you calling it, though?
No, by decision. Yeah. I'll probably like on some like 116 to 112 type shit. I can even see Lomachenko getting knocked down. So
that too. Yeah, I mean, Lopez seems like he's pretty sturdy. I mean, because Lopez is a big lightweight. So I mean, so that's why that's why I said to myself it'll probably be a decision. But but if Lomachenko goes to his body, that might be a different story. Because some of these big lightweights, they don't take body shots as well. So that could be a thing.
Although Lopez's regimen for training seems like he's ready for the body shots. Like I was watching like some of the things he did with the medicine ball to his gut. Like, damn, he's taking that shit serious. He's really working the body and training. So I think he's ready for it. But different.
Don't try that DeAndre Ward. I remember the whole argument him and Bradley had with that shit.
Oh man, but yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, yeah, Lopez. I mean, because the only thing that I feel that would hold Lopez back is, yeah, it's funny too. Is they have the same number of fights, but I just feel like Lomachenko has probably fought more, has fought definitely better opponents. There's no question about that. Like Lopez, like Lopez's resume is cool for what it is for an up-and-comer, but Lomachenko has really been put through the ringer somewhat. I mean, he's
Lopez got the best resume for these young cats, though.
Yeah, but Lomachenko's resume rivals, and I admit it does rival a lot of the top fighters in the sport. Because, like I said, he's stopped some guys that haven't been stopped before, and he's taken some zeros along the way. At that. So
I mean, the man pound for pound for a reason, though.
Yeah, exactly. And then one of the few arguments against that is because he didn't really try to unify at 126 or at 130. So 135 is pretty.
Well, unfortunately, that politics had to do with that. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but at least at 135, he could solidify his legacy. It's hard. It's wild to say this at 15 fights. With the win in this fight. Because I mean, he put himself at least be, depending on what maybe a top 20 lightweight at least, give or take. You know, he'd have
He's already a Hall of Fame level right now.
Yeah, you know.
This fight goes into making him like a top lightweight ever, you know, top like you're going into all-time great categories after if he wins this.
Right.
And although I do think people are fucking stretching it a little bit, I see somebody saying, well, you know, saying like he's on the way of being, you know, up there with Roberto Duran. I'm like, okay, slow down.
Whoa, chill. Like,
I mean,
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, he's
not even getting to Pernell Whitaker level, and we gonna skip that to Duran. Like, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, in order to get to that type of level, he's gonna have to like body some lightweights after Lopez. Like,
yeah, he needs one more to really get to that level. Like,
no, he's got to. If to be serious, if we're gonna put him on that level, he's got a body. Lopez, Haney, Ryan
Garcia,
and Tank for me to even think about putting him on that level.
Yeah. He does all that. This
is body and Tank after a Santa Cruz fight. If Tank wins that and he bodies Tank, because this is the thing. I feel like he only needs the body too, and it just depends on what too.
Mm-hmm.
If he's bodying Tank and Lopez, they looked at the arguably is the biggest, strongest, physically, you know, intimidating punchers at lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
They might not look like the most skilled, like say Haney or like the most talented, but although they both talented as fuck, they're definitely the murderous punchers, those two. And if he was to body those two, yeah, that does kind of put him up there with, you know, with the Whitakers, but I don't know if you teasing Duran, but I wouldn't be mad if someone says that shit, or, you know, because I don't think bodying Lopez or Tank is like some easy shit to do.
Right, exactly.
So I can see that, but I can't give it to him out for just one. Nah, shit. If he bodies the Peter after this shit, you know, that even goes a long way to me. But still, like, it gotta happen first.
So that's why part of me is like kind of almost like, I don't want to say like I'm not hating on, because I'm a Loma fan, but like his stance make it insufferable sometimes, where I'm like, you know what, if Lopez bodies him, then maybe they'll fucking get humbled, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, don't worry, Lomachenko will get humbled. Don't worry, you know.
Yeah, so LB, you know, how do you think this fight's gonna go? What's your prediction, bro?
Bodied. I'm a Lomachenko fan. Like, I love his boxing, the footwork, everything. He's skilled, you know, power both hands. He got stamina. He has clutch gene. He has a meanness to him. He fights back. You hit him, he hurts you back. Like, but I feel like Lopez is just a different animal this time around. This kid, like, he wants it. He's hungry. He believes in this fight. I swear I've been getting Tarver Roy Jones vibes on this. Like, when one guy is destined to just beat another guy, and I think that's what this falls into.
Mm-hmm.
He's destined to do it. He's been talking up this fight for a minute. I think he's gonna lure Lomachenko into something big, and he's gonna explode on him, and I think he's gonna end it. I want to say round 9, because I think they'll be kind of cautious of each other early. But I feel like
it's like a comic fight, with Lopez and Kami fight. Like, they were patient, and all of a sudden, bam, Lopez ends that shit.
Yeah, but I feel like Lomachenko's going to recover a little, and it's like Teofimo's going to have to do a little more to get him out there, but he's just going to hurt him, and I don't think Lomachenko's ever going to be all the way back. Like, he might recover early, like, from being hurt, but it's still going to be lingering on him, and I think Lopez is just going to turn it up until he's done. I can see it happening anywhere between the first round to the 9th round. So I'm gonna pick the 9th round, because I think Lomachenko cagey and crafty enough to where he could outmaneuver Lopez, and or Lopez might be waiting for Lomachenko to do something. So I feel like the first couple rounds is going to be kind of neutral. Like no one's really doing too much, but it's one of those when someone gets something going, yeah, that might be a wrap. And I think Lopez is he's gonna make his presence known first.
Yeah, I definitely could see that too. But like I said, to me, it just all depends on how Lopez handles like the pressure of a fight like this. Like I said, they both have two different types of experiences within their 15 fights. And then that's why I keep on saying, I do think that Lomachenko will probably weather the storm, and I do think that Lopez will probably wear down. And then that's where I was
this is the thing people gotta understand. You're not, when you weather a storm from Lopez, you're not weathering a storm. You're weathering like a Category 4 hurricane.
Well, except for against the Japanese fighter, in that case, that shit was like a sprinkle. But of course it's heavy.
Dude, but I mean Nakatani, like that dude is big. That was a big dude though.
Yeah, that was a bigger dude than Lopez. That was a big lightweight.
Yeah, like that guy need to be at 140 with Pedraza in them.
Yeah, and
I get it. I mean, I thought he still lost clearly, and that wasn't one of Lopez's prouder moments, but But then again, Nakatani wasn't no scrub. He was capable. He doesn't have the same physical dimensions. Huh?
Yeah, he was the random Asian fighter.
No, what'd you say? Oh yeah, exactly. He was one of those. So I mean, at least Lopez, passed the curse. Like, and once again, Nakatani doesn't have the same physical dimensions of Lomachenko. Like Lomachenko's not no big unknown Asian cat.
Definitely not.
Dude looked like he was like 5'10" or some shit.
Oh man.
Like, so yeah, like that's like you can't go off of that shit, but I think it was another learning experience for Lopez regardless.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, this fight, like I said, like you could. This is one of those where you can legitimately see it ending in two ways. But I don't see no one sees a Lopez decision or a Lomachenko KO. Although I do think a Lomachenko KO is more likely than a Lopez decision.
I can agree.
I don't even know about that because I could see a bunch of outcomes. Because Lomachenko, if he get hurt, he'll survive. He's tough. But I feel like it's going to be one of those, if Lopez wins a decision, it's going to be after dropping dude a couple times, having him hurt repeatedly, round after round type of shit. Like, like stealing rounds from Lomachenko being busier, and he hurts him with something, like kind of like resembling one of those damn forgotten fades.
Yeah.
One guy is like, he's like outworking a guy, and then he's like, boom, like, oh shit, like he gets dropped all of a sudden, and now fight evens up. Like I honestly think we're gonna get some type of good fight at some point in the match.
I do think that whether win or loss, I feel like my prediction is that Teofimo's stock is going to go up regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he gives a good account of himself.
So no, I think he definitely will. I think his stock is going to go up whether he wins or loses. Even if it lost, it's possible for him to be really like.
Yeah, it's how he loses. It's all how he lose. If he gets blown out and blanked, I don't think his stock going to do too well. But I just can't see him getting 12 blanked. I can see him getting stopped.
Not yet.
Yeah, if Lomachenko really apply the pressure, but I don't think so either. But like as far as a knockout, Lomachenko, I don't think he'll even try to force a knockout like that unless he has to, because him even just being on Lopez like that is entering the wheelhouse.
I'm hoping that like if Lopez wants to win, I'm hoping he watched the Linares fight, because the Linares fight actually shows how he could be, even with Linares losing, it showed how Lopez could be beat. Like I'm hoping that he doesn't shell up against him when he's using his angles and just throwing his punches. That's the problem. A lot of fucking Lomachenko opponents shell up against him when he's using his awkward footwork and angles and destroying punches. They shell up, but if you punch with him, he could really hurt him.
Yeah,
That's what Linares did. Linares was punching with him, like it was almost on instinct. Okay, he's throwing flurries. Okay, he hit him with a shot or two, and that ended up hurting and hurting Lopez or hurting Lomachenko. So the fight's there. The humor is there.
Damn, your connection been struggled this whole like last few parts, bro. I'm like dying trying to hear this nigga what he's saying.
Sorry, do you want me to say that again?
This shit was coming through in Morse code.
Yo.
But no, I agree. I agree. Like if Teofimo, punches with Lomachenko is easier said than done, but he has the power, the speed, the technique, to make the most of it. So that's why this fight is so fucking intriguing. Like you could argue for either guy, really.
Yeah, you did.
But I just say that because that's the only thing that I don't know how Lopez will react to that, because he's never had to face any of this. So we're really going to see his adversity for the first time. So is he going to shell up? Is he going to sink or swim?
Exactly. So yeah, I definitely can't wait, man. Like I'm just glad that everything that this fight is buzzing, that has the proper attention it should have. I see commercials for it on different channels. I see, the Top Rank is like understands the importance of this fight, and boxing fans know that this is the fight. This is the fight to watch, And then for you hating ass people that have agendas, if this card turns out to be good, you should also report on this because, like I said, you guys are boxing fans. Like I said, anything that benefits the sport, you guys need to be on this, regardless of whatever petty agendas that you guys have against
the undercard for this is pretty solid too, right?
The undercard?
Yeah, for this fight.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like the co-main is is Alex Saucedo. Alex Saucedo, of course, is like all action, bro. Like, Alex Saucedo, like that motherfucker doesn't know. That motherfucker doesn't know what.
And he's fighting with Barbosa Jr., right?
Yep, that's the co-main. And that's
that's a good ass damn fight. See, honestly, now this how you make a damn event, because Saucedo and Barbosa Jr. is the main event on his own.
Exactly.
If you want to just be real, like, I'm not saying it's the strongest main event, but we've gotten way weaker main events than that.
Exactly, and that fight is gonna be lit. And then also too, in the televised opener of the main card, you got Edgar Berlanga, of the 14-0, 14 knockouts fame. He'll be going, he'll be putting his record against Linnell Bellows, who's never been stopped before. He's a journeyman at this point. I think he was down with PBC at one point, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've actually heard that.
He was.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar. But never been stopped. So, hey, so it's still another test,
Right. And then, of course, we have the undercard highlighted by, of course, the return of one Cassius Clay Collard.
Fighter of the year.
Yeah, when that dude.
All that. There's this guy called Joe Smith.
I know. I'm joking when I say that.
But you got people thinking like if Lopez win, he could be fighter of the year. Lomachenko win fighter of the year. I kind of feel like you have to have more than one fight to be fighter of the year. Like,
yeah,
that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, Collard has 5 or 6 so far this year. Let's just be a 6, I think.
Clay Collard's fight is a rematch for, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a rematch for one of his draws that he got last year, I guess.
So this one of those, the card would start at 7:30?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, you just gotta watch this one from the jump.
Yeah, because that dude, I wouldn't call Clay Collard fighter of the year. He's a lot of different things, but fighter of the year, he'd have to body somebody important at 154, 160.
You want to say most improved, or
Yeah.
you could say that most active fighter, like he's gonna win some awards on the ring game and the year awards, definitely.
He has upset of the year. He has rounds of the year wrapped up. The prospect of the year wrapped up. He has a lot of these, right? But fight of the year, he would have to body somebody, a top 5 opponent in one of the 3 divisions he operates in, for me to give him that.
I was joking when I said that, right?
Well, no, surprisingly, it's
because you got some people out there saying that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure.
I know
I have heard that a lot. I said that sarcastically because people are saying.
In fact, I know. And people have been calling him. I know Charles Conwell. Shout out to Charles Conwell for his nice win. Uppercut win, uppercut season
against Wendy Toussaint.
Yeah,
I actually drew a picture of that fight. I'm gonna be dropping it this week. So shout out to Charles Conwell.
Yeah, I know he wants that fight for sure. He definitely wants that fight.
So they said someone like Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah,
he's somebody. Yeah, like if he wins, we want to see him get in there with somebody kind of stronger too.
Honestly, I've gotten tired of these first round knockouts from him. It's like, okay, it's kind of gotten old now.
Oh, so you want to see him bodied now, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting tired of the body.
I want to see someone kind of stand up to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you remember we was kind of seeing the same shit with Elvis Rodriguez, but then we kind of saw some more boxing, and he was more patient, and he still got it, and that shit went like 3 rounds. So
yeah. But then
Edgar Berlanga, we're seeing the same shit.
But at least with Rodriguez, though, he has a draw on his record, though.
Yeah.
So but yeah, Berlanga's like
I don't know. I just feel like Berlanga's first 14 fights have basically just been a rerun of the opening scene of Avengers where Thanos bodied the Hulk. It's just like, okay, I'm getting tired of seeing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, but Berlanga, he's Rican, so they're trying to build his brand because Puerto Ricans are starving for a superstar. So
you telling the Puerto Rican guy, Puerto Ricans, like
yeah, exactly.
Your people need a guy who knocks out people fast, like that, okay, like
yep.
I guess so. What the fuck is this? Oh man.
But
you people need that.
But either way, as long as he gets his knockout, that's what pretty much what the bottom line is for Topper. That's what they care about. How is to get the knockout from him.
Overall, this sounds like a pay-per-view quality card, shit.
And we're getting it for free, as we should.
Yeah, free 99.
Free 99, yeah. Y'all can learn from that, PDC.
Yeah,
Showtime.
Making niggas for an LSC tank card. I don't know where they do that at. Shit.
You gotta pay for Swift and Spence. Like, what the fuck? You have to pay for Charlos. Like, nigga, chill with all these pay-per-views.
I know what I'm saying. It was like, y'all was saying pay-per-view quality on regular TV. But now I'm making us pay $75 now. I paid for the Cholo card because I did my part because the card was well put together, and I'm not, I recognize that with my part. But LSC Tank is not well put together.
You paid for the Charlo card, and what did they do? They rewarded you with 2 more pay-per-views. So there you go.
Yep. This is why I don't like buying pay-per-views, because then it just gives them the idea of, so let's put everything on pay-per-view.
Oh, you like that one? Well, here, check this out.
Well, it didn't matter anyway because the trial pay-per-view didn't really sell well anyway. So it's just like I did my part because I supported the card, but
You said it didn't sell well?
No, I think it was like 120K. That's what they sold.
Yeah, we figured that.
I could have sworn it did more than that.
Because that's the thing. I heard 200K, and then people was like, nah, and like that's super inflated. This, that, you know, it probably made 150K at best.
But it didn't sell well. Given
You know.
I mean, it definitely didn't. It wasn't a success. That's the thing.
Yeah. Then you had Rick Glazer saying it only sold like 70K. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
And then it was still, you know, it still flopped. But the thing is, I think the price point needed to be adjusted. I think more people buy it at $40, $50 than they would at $75, $80.
That's also facts. You know,
so you know that's something to think about. You know, pay-per-view guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can wrap this up, man. Y'all got Lomachenko by decision. I got Lopez by knockout. You know, shit. Damn, I'm turning into Mr. Pat over here. King P, any final thoughts? I'm the strongest.
Damn it.
Well, another couch sent into orbit.
But yeah, though, wrap it up. So yeah, P, do you have any final thoughts, bro?
Well, first off, I'm actually really, really excited because this whole week has me hyped. I'm already wishing that it was Saturday. Like, bruh, this week's gonna go long as hell for me, unfortunately. Watch, let's get to Saturday. So, but anyways, you already know what it is. Ring Gang all day. You know, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, ringgangradio.com. You already know what it is. Cartoon episode 2 out. If you haven't watched it yet, you know, you sleeping. So get up and watch that. And if you haven't watched part 1, then you definitely in fucking hibernation. So get your ass up. So, watch all that shit. John Blaze.
Exactly.
And you know, check out Rome's new single, Finals. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LeBron. Finals. Go check that out.
That's what it is, though. LB, man, you got any final thoughts, bro?
You know, Ring Gang Radio is the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Green Beret. It's the damn Star Jammers. It's the X-Men. And it's the Avengers. It's motherfucking damn everything at your ass, nigga. So y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, you know, to YouTube, all that shit, you know, share, retweet, let your friends know, your mom do, your uncle, your old cousin that watched boxing, that used to babysit your ass, whoever the fuck, you know, Ring Gang taking over. It's gonna be a big week for boxing, so y'all just keep tuned into what we doing. I'm gonna drop some artwork. I got I mentioned earlier the Charles Conwell artwork. I got another artwork. I'll let y'all guess that it's a female boxer artwork, you know. So that's, you know, some new shit for y'all. And me and Pat gonna throw some good old fashioned bars and boxing out there too. So it's a lot of shit. So y'all just gotta subscribe so y'all can just, you know what's good. So when we dropping shit, so just, you know, make sure you follow us and follow me, the Soul Wars or Shuttleworth, on all the same platforms you follow Ring Gang. Capiche?
Yeah, there you go, man. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing more that I can add on to what these brothers have already said. But yeah, you know, keep following us. I mean, I love that we're seeing an increase in our subs and everything like that. And you know, so yeah, man. So that means like word of mouth is, you know, spreading, man. Ring Gang got that crack, you know what I'm saying? We got that shit that you want and need, you know. And like I said, you know, the more people get on board, the better it is for everyone. You know, this for y'all. We do this, you know, because we love boxing. We're creative people, and you know, we like to share our talents with the whole world and everything like that. So it's great, you know.
You got that Ring Gang kid. You got that Bobby Brown kid.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So it's you know, Ring Gang, man, we're coming up, man. You know, like I said, like I said, more people need to take notice. So I said, you tell your friends will tell their friends, and then we can all be friends. You know what I'm saying? And also, yeah, definitely catch this new nightly knockout that I put on the Instagram for you too. You know, like I said, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's brutal, and you know, yeah, just comment, and then, you know, like I said, you know, share it if you like. So we can all be friends, all on all social medias, So it's all good. So well, that's all I got to say. So for myself, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.